Yeah,
What's his middle name?
I really do understand.
Daniels.
Oh, nice.
Stone Daniels. If I had my choice, his name would have been Silas Dane.
Silas Dane.
Dane, D-A-N-E.
Oh, okay.
That's his name. Silas
What?
is the Greek god of growing,
Oh, okay.
vegetation growing. So it had to be an S name because the rest of her kids are named with S names. So
Stone. Gotcha.
you got Seth, Sky, Sydney, Samantha, and Stone. I call him Pebble because he's a little pebble. He's gonna grow up to be a boulder.
That's funny.
A boulder.
So he's got one brother.
He's got two brothers.
Oh, is Sky a boy?
Skylar.
Skylar. Oh, okay.
Sky. Yeah, so he's got two brothers at his mom's house. He's got my nephew that stays with me a lot, his cousin, and then he's got my sister's two twins that are 5. So he's got 6, 9, 8, 12, and 5-year-olds to play with, and he beats on all of them.
And he's like 3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's 3, so he's younger than all of them. Oh, my.
He is the youngest. Well, good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, September 3rd, 9/3 of 20, which means that we have made it 9 months and 3 days into this crazy year. Let's do this, right? I expect you all have had a fantastic week so far. You're 4 days into your work week starting today, which means you've probably done something pretty fantastic. Let's hear about it.
I had I thought it was going to be fantastic, but then it flipped on me, and I'd like some help on how. I think I know where I messed up, but I'd like you to tell me what you think. So, is that all right?
That's what we're here for.
All right. I got a, okay. Okay. No pressure. I was talking to a first-time home buyer and made an appointment for Sunday. Yes, I was going to work Sunday at 3 o'clock on our holiday weekend. And that was the only time he had available. And I asked him, was he working with the lender? He said yes, and he's already been submitting paperwork. I said, okay, that's great. I said, I would suggest, however, to get at least, 3 different estimates. And I said, well, call your lender and see if they've got you pre-qualified yet and send me that letter. And then Sunday, if we see something you like, I can take you out and look for homes. So he was all excited. Oh, this sounds great, blah, blah, blah. So he called me back in about, I kid you not, 5 minutes. His lender said, oh, no. I've already got you set up with my realtor that you have to use me. Terrified the guy, and he called, apologized, and I'm so sorry, because we talked for probably a good 30 minutes getting his information and what they want and pre-qualifying him really over the phone. And I just said, well, it is a free country today. And I didn't say today, but I just tell him it's a free country. You don't have to use anyone I suggest, and you don't have to use anyone your lender suggests. It's your choice. He said,
who's this lender? What company? Do we know?
AP Mortgage. Somebody off the internet, I think.
Anyone heard? No. Tell him.
Yeah.
You need to tell him about Keller Mortgage, or at a minimum Intralend.
Yeah.
Get him set up in the Intralend app right now.
Okay, what I did, I said, well, because he was like, oh, I'm sorry, but he's already got me an appointment and blah, blah, blah. I said, you know what? This is the first time you've bought a home. And I want to make sure you're taken care of, even if I'm not working for you. Please get some other quotes. You told me that they haven't even told you what they're going to charge your interest for, let alone closing and origination fees. I said, I'm emailing you my app, download it, go to Keller Mortgage and get a quote, at least to compare, to make sure you're not being taken advantage of. He said, oh, okay, that's a good idea. I said, and also, if you have a favorite bank or a federal credit union or whoever you're comfortable with, get a quote from them too. As long you can get 3 or 4 quotes quickly in around the same time frame, and it won't hurt your credit score. I said, please, just, to protect yourself. And I'm here if you have any questions. He said, okay, that sounds good. He said, yeah, if something don't look good, I'll definitely give you a call. So that's all I could do. And I told him I'm here. If he changes his mind, I will leave my Sunday slot open. So.
That sounds really good. The only other thing I would say, Teresa, is I've never had a client have a good experience with an out-of-town lender. I would just really recommend they have someone local.
Yeah.
They just seem so much more responsive. And like you said, especially for a first-time lender.
Yeah, and that's why I was trying to let him know that I do generally care. I don't want him being taken advantage of. And I did tell him, I said, well, I had some military buyers who thought, sure, USAA was going to beat Keller Mortgage, but they didn't. They ended up saving almost $4,000 at their closing. He goes, oh, wow. I said, so it is worth taking a look at to save you some money. Plus, they're very efficient and fast. I said, I just want you to be comfortable and not being taken advantage of. So,
when was that conversation?
yesterday morning.
Call them today.
Okay.
Say, I can't sleep. There's something wrong with this picture. No one should be railroaded into being told that you have to do this and you have to do that. You have your choices, and I'm worried about your situation. And I am truly worried about it on a personal level, because this is your first time in this process. Are you comfortable with what's happening, or would you like a second opinion?
Okay, because I do know he's off work this week. So.
No, but I mean, literally use that. Now, I couldn't sleep well last night because I'm worried for you.
Okay.
That's that personal, empathetic connection that we talk about in this business.
Yeah.
And truly, you kind of have the right to do so, because you're wanting to look over this particular client. And again, repeating, this is your first time through this process, and I don't like what I'm hearing and how this is starting for you, because it's not the way it's supposed to happen. You do have choices. You need to make these comparisons. I'm not trying to oversell you. I'm worried about what's happening, because if you haven't even been told an interest rate yet, there's something wrong there. There's something hiding, and it doesn't sound right.
Okay. I will. I'll call him today. Right after our meeting. Thank you, guys. That's the reason I wanted to lay it on the table, see what you thought.
You want to call him right now, just with all of us here?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say we all care this much.
Yeah.
We care this much.
Say, we have a Zoom meeting with 12 real estate agents going right now, and all of us have the same opinion. Well, make it 13. 13 just came in. We're all.
Hey, Jack, this is Teresa, Mara, Larry, Stormy, Robin, Mary, Ellen, Stephanie, Amanda.
Hi.
Just wanted to say hi this morning. Really worried about the situation that we went over yesterday. I'm kind of concerned that a lender is forcing you to use a certain realtor and not advising that you go out there and shop the rates. That kind of tells me that they're worried that you're going to find something they may not be able to accomplish.
Yeah, because the way he put it to him is like, well, you have to use my real estate agent or you won't get the best deal.
Yeah, well, that's a backhanded, not above board.
Yeah.
That's an ethics violation. I'm trying to find the exact ethics violation, but it rings true in my brain as a red flag. Like, oh no, don't do that. Don't say that. Bad news bears.
Yeah.
Teresa, have you called the lender yet?
No, I have not, but I do have his agent, his loan officer's first name. I didn't get the last, but.
Oh, what's that?
You gotta call the lender and then just let the lender know that you're working with the client, and there's no need to look for another agent. And then set your meeting or appointment or whatever with the buyer, and have him or her sign a buyer broker agreement. Right after you do that, go show them like 4 homes.
Well, like I said, we did have an appointment for this Sunday, and he called me back because his lender said, "Oh, no, just cancel that. I've already."
Yeah, so talk to the lender. Let the lender know you're working with the client. After you do that, let the client know you talk to the lender, and that the lender knows that you're working with them and not the other real estate agent.
Yeah,
Okay.
the lender's doing the sales job. I can get you a better rate if you work with me because he's getting a kickback.
Yeah.
Did you also advise your client to talk to multiple lenders or just one?
No, I asked him to talk to multiple before he even called me back to tell me his lender railroaded him or blackmailed him. I said, just in our conversation of me pre-qualifying him on the phone was, I would suggest you at least get 3 quotes for your mortgage, and
So when you do that, right? So you want to like face to face, your meeting, your appointment, pull up the lender's website and be prepared to fill the application out and say, all right, look, we've found a couple homes. Now let's move to the next step and get pre-qualified for a loan. I've already pulled up the lender's website address for you. Go ahead and fill it out. It takes 15 minutes. It literally takes 15 minutes. And then if they don't want to do it online, you say, okay, no problem. We don't have to do it online. Let me call the lender and see if we can do one over the phone. And if the lender doesn't answer, then you just figure out a time, like you kind of got to take control of it instead of letting that other lender like dictate what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Good information. Thank you. So, yeah. What he did, I don't think was right at all. So, but I'm going to
That's why you have us to pump you up. Now you're ready to go back in there and fight that bear. I can feel it.
Yep.
I mean, Ellen's ready to drive from Phoenix down here to fight that bear with you.
Well, and if I can say, it sounds like you did all the right things. Like you told him to talk to multiple lenders. You did your job. Now you just got to keep doing it. So congrats.
Okay. Thanks.
But yeah, I'll drive down from Phoenix right now. I'm gonna hit the 10.
All right.
And those of you who don't know, Ellen's my counterpart up in Phoenix. So she's a productivity director up there. So we balance the 2 programs together. So you'll see the Phoenixites on the call too. So we've opened up this scripts and role play call to our entire region. It's good to have some insight and some friends. So I like that, Teresa. I think you did a bang out job showing value and that you're willing to help guide them through the process. But absolutely, I think Larry's 100% right. Call him back today as soon as you get off the call and just follow up with that situation. He's going to see that you're willing to protect him, and that's what you're looking for. They're looking for somebody to help. So
I will do that.
and if you need me to get some bombs, I will.
Okay. I still need to follow up with those. I sent a text and letting everything lay for. So.
It's like road rage, and 18 seconds later it goes away. So follow up is quicker and sooner because we delay our responses because we think that people are still upset or heated about it. And you'd be surprised that as soon as half the day goes by, they forget about it. People that tend to hold those grudges and hold on to that negative experience will never let it go.
Okay.
Those that have just had a bad situation or took some time to cool off,
Yeah.
it's just like road rage. And the average, if you look at that, studies have shown it's 18 seconds.
So
We as human beings forget things quickly. We get over them quickly unless we're reminded of them. So that's why I say when somebody hangs up on you and is super rude with you, call them the next day.
or call them right back and say you're so sorry you hung up on them. You lost connection.
I'm so sorry you hung up on me. How are you?
Can I add a viewpoint here?
Yeah, please.
I don't know who the lender is that's trying to steer him to a different agent, but typically it's because they have, like a referral program or a partnership, something like that set up. So if you can find out who that lender is, speak with the lender, create a rapport. It might be a referral opportunity for you to get in on as well.
I like that.
I don't know if I want to work. The lender likes to
Do you know which
Here.
one it is?
email their clients. I'm not sure about that, especially when
Well, some of them, they don't have a choice because the way they're paid, like it's their programs that they have set up. So it depends on who it is.
yeah, but he had already told them that he had already spoke with me and already had an appointment with me. He told them he was working with me and was just wanting them to send me their,
Gotcha. That's different. Yeah, not cool.
yeah.
American.
I like the way that Amanda's taken the spin on it and how can you make this work? I can tell you, my lenders, if they see my name come across, they're excited. If they see one of my friends, I got at a meeting with Dan Caldwell, they're gonna say you're set up, you got the best agent, you're absolutely taken care of.
Right.
But I don't think any of my agents, like Amanda and I, use the exact same LO. I guarantee that if I send somebody to him or she sends somebody to him, he's not like, well, you got to use this person.
No, not a chance.
Not a chance in hell.
Mm,
However,
who does that?
they see our name come across, anchors it. Oh, you've got the best agent. You're absolutely going to be taken care of. You're going to love the service, blah, 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 because that's the rapport. So I stand with you on that one, Teresa, where I'm like, I don't know if I want somebody that's going to instantly discredit somebody.
Well,
However,
I was just wondering if it was a big box lender, like, Loan Depot or one of those that has the referral program built in.
Thank you.
That's what I was wondering.
So
Yeah.
just
Okay, I missed the beginning, so sorry.
American Pacific Mortgage, Roseville, California.
oh, they're Californians.
Yeah, so that's yeah. I was wondering if it was one of those big boxes that has like the big referral programs built in.
Okay. All right. Well,
So that's another thing, Teresa. If you can get them on the phone. So you said your mortgage lender is AP Mortgage. Is that American Pacific Mortgage? Yeah, I think that sounds about right. They're in Roseville, California. What do they know about the Tucson market? What do they know about interacting with the appraisers that work in our area? They don't. Let me get you someone who does.
And the other thing you could do is find out what their fees are, because a lot of times if they do have a referral partnership, their fees are quite a bit higher. And so, call your local lender, get what their fees would be for a loan at X amount, and then call these guys, find out what their fees would be at X amount. And, a lot of times you can discredit the fact that they're actually saving money.
Yeah, she did that with Keller Mortgage also.
Yeah. Well, we'll get you a better interest rate. Meanwhile, they don't tell you they're jacking the fees on the other side to compensate.
Exactly. Like I had one the other day that was $11,000 in closing costs when I know our local guys could do it for $5,000. And, similar rates. So when you put those side by side, all of a sudden it's, like they can't argue.
You're absolutely right with that, Cindy. I got a big wow on that one from Cindy. Wow.
Yeah.
I will tell you that even local lenders, I'm not afraid to say this. I have worked with Guild and I have seen deals on a VA for Guild that was a $15,000 in closing costs. And
Yep,
the way
me
they got
too.
that, I saying, we'll give you the best rate to a
You're
free.
paying for it.
So,
Yeah, they're buying down the rate. That's what they do.
Right.
But the lender, and again, this lender, this American Pacific company, knows they have a first-time buyer. They know they can snow him like there's no tomorrow because he doesn't know any better and he hasn't gone out and done comparisons.
not anymore.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm going to call him because also I did let him know that my buyers that were military thought that USAA was going to give them the best rate, and they already
They're awful.
and Keller Mortgage beat them hands down. And USAA said, well, Keller Mortgage is giving you a better deal, because they showed them the Keller Mortgage deal, and they're like,
Right.
oh wow, no, we can't beat that. So and
Well, and it's hard to argue with things that you see on paper, so I've even gone far enough that I've actually, I'll get rates from different lenders, and then I'll run a net sheet on a property that they're looking at and show them how, especially on a VA or FHA, if they need full closing costs, if we have to go in and ask for $10,000 in closing costs, this is the number that you're offering a seller. If we go this way, then this is the number you're offering the seller. If you were in the seller's shoes, which offer would you choose? Which one do you think makes you more competitive in this market?
That's an excellent idea, Amanda. I can run him net sheets, which his lender obviously hasn't done, and
Right.
That's great. Plus, I can get a hold of Interland and Keller Mortgage and let him have those two comparisons.
Exactly. Like those little extra steps make you stand out.
Mhm.
So when you call them this morning and say, hi, I wasn't able to sleep well last night because of this. I just got off of a meeting phone call with 14 different real estate agents, and all of them said the same thing. I need to help you stay out of that deal. And if I can show you a better way to go.
And I have his email address. I can actually email him a net sheet and
Yep. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, and highlight the important parts.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I like when Amanda joins our calls. She's usually out feeding horses, but it sounds like she's driving to the meeting right now.
Yeah. Hi,
Well,
guys.
Hi, guys. And this is from a multi-million-dollar producer, okay? Mega agent status, Miss Amanda Clark.
Well, I love the idea. I did not think about running net sheet for him, and that's awesome. Yeah.
That's good stuff right
I
there.
run net sheets for my listing consultations, but I did not run a net sheet for my buyer consultations. That's a new idea. I love
So I
it.
use net sheets on almost all my first time buyers, and I actually run a net sheet for them, but then I actually run a seller net sheet because, first time buyers obviously have also never sold a house. So, what we want to do is create a win-win, but you want the buyer to understand what the sellers see. So, if you can flip the script and kind of explain that to them and show them what they're looking at, then you can help them to be more competitive with their offers.
Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, when I ran the net sheet for a listing, I did both the buyer and the seller, so they could see, both sides.
Right.
So, and that's a good idea. I just hadn't thought about running it for the buyer, so it's awesome at this point, at the consultation point.
Right. Well, sometimes they just forget that, all the fees that the seller's paying on top of it. So, they feel like, it's anytime you see something on paper, it's going to give it clarity, so to help them understand. You can't force their hand, but if you can show them what somebody else has seen, then a lot of times the understanding is there.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I like it when we get together and talk about these things.
Yeah, that's how we grow. It's
Does
awesome.
anyone use Intralend? Could I ask that? Does it have Keller in there? I know it said it had several lenders. And I've downloaded the app. I've just not done anything with it.
I downloaded the app, but I haven't had time to check it out either. So, but I'm going to do that today so I can get information for this first time home buyer.
So how did you send him the link on Keller Mortgage? Was that through Kelly or?
No, you just, you have them download your app. You just,
KW app?
the phone app. You can do it right from your phone as a text message, or you can email them the link where they can see the cool video and what it's about and then download it.
But is that the KW app or the Kelly app?
The KW, they don't get the Kelly app. The Kelly's for us agents.
Okay.
KW's for them. Although you download it so you can see what they see. And then what I do, I download it, I put me in, and then as a private person, as if I'm a client, then it shows your agent is, be you, Mara. And then there's a little button that says share the app. And then you have choices of how to share it. You can hit text message and.
Yeah, I used to share it quite a bit at open houses, but I didn't ever really share it for the mortgage thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that way you can tell them they can apply right on their phone. They can apply with Keller Mortgage around the phone.
And it's good to communicate the benefits there, is because people are like, well, why am I going to apply with this through the phone? People don't feel that sometimes that's comfortable. Like, it is a secure app, it is a secure service, it's encrypted information. And in doing so, you're setting yourself up for the best success possible because it's no lending fees and they pay up to $1,000 towards a third-party closing cost. So it could save you $3,000-$4,000.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So
they don't know, people don't know that when it comes to buying a house, that there is that fee involved. They're like, oh, I've got my down payment. I was like, okay, what about the other 3% you need to close this deal? Well, what do you mean? Well, can't that just be rolled into the loan? Not always.
So does anybody have experience with Keller Mortgage? Because you guys always say no origination, but on the app it shows 0 to 2%, and it shows other fees too, 0 to 500, 800, 600.
No, it's no lender fees, not origination fees. Origination fees are going to be there. That's how they get paid.
It's the lender fees. Yeah.
You save on quite a bit of it, and I've used them, and it was indeed $3,400 difference between my guy in town and Keller Mortgage.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that I would actually prefer my guy in town because I can drive up to his office and knock on his door. That's the only benefit I see.
Well, let me give you, I used Keller, they used Keller Mortgage, my first buyers, and they, like I said, they beat USAA hands down. Plus, they saved them almost $4,000.
Okay.
Great. The other thing is Craig, which is the lending officer that I'm assigned. He's awesome. I mean, he called me really late at night on a weekend to give me an update about a buyer, and he works just as hard as I do or more. So he works weekends, he works nights.
Where is he from?
He's actually in Ohio. So
No, what company?
Keller Mortgage.
Keller Mortgage. Okay.
Yeah, so you, as you know, maybe give her his name or whatever. I use a guy named Seth Kasner out of Texas. Same thing. He would call me weird hours. He was always there. If I called him and he was busy, he'd call back within 30 minutes. The Keller Mortgage system actually is averaging $2,500 in savings.
And they're really hard workers. They work from their home office like we do, and but they're available almost 24/7. So I'm very impressed. And the title security that did the closing, they were very impressed. They're like, wow, this guy, is just right on the mark. They didn't have to wait for anything. He would have everything to them before they even asked for it. So he did great. And I used him to refinance my home. He did excellent, saved us a lot of money because I'd already got a quote from a couple other lenders.
We should have at least one local person, Karen McKay, because she used to be with, Movement Mortgage, and she moved over to Keller Mortgage. But she said they just sort of randomly assign these loans to them. So I don't know how you get a specific person.
Once you do a deal with one, you call them up and go, hey, and then they send you their link, and you save that link, and that's the link you give your client. This is Seth Kasner. This is his link. You just go there, and the thing will automatically go to him, and he's a great guy, and you're going to love him.
So you have Seth, and you have Craig. Okay.
I also have Craig. The only reason I enjoy him because I was walking through family reunion, like walking through, and this guy comes running up to me. Big Dan, it's me, Craig. Oh. Gave me a hug because we'd done some deals. He's like, "What's up, man?" Like, and he looks like me.
Oh no.
So is there someone local for Keller Mortgage that we can talk to with questions or anything? Do we know?
Karen McKay. You want me to put her number in the?
Yeah.
Like I said, she used to be with Movement, and I'm not surprised to hear they're very good because she said she's worked for many lenders, and this was the most intensive interview process she'd ever gone through. But they did hire her, so.
Karen McKay is with Keller now.
Mm-hmm.
Karen McKay with Keller. Karen McKay that used to be at Movement is now with Keller.
Oh, guys, Intralend and Keller Mortgage. Is that the same? Like, is that any overlap?
Two different things.
It's like completely different. Like Intralend has a bunch of other different lenders.
Correct.
Have you heard of Lending Tree?
Well, I'm an agent with Keller, and they just.
So Intralend is our app within the Market Center. I don't even know if it's fully action and functioning yet. We're pushing that out. What that will do is that will allow you to get your client input in the system. And it sends their information to our top lenders so they can get that multiple bids.
Mm-hmm.
Mary, I saw that. Your cat straight did a vertical leap onto that bookshelf.
I was like, what's going on over there?
And the Intralend allows them to see in real time lenders competing. Okay, Fairway, Movement, Guild, what have you, on the app, right? Then one app, one pull, one go, multiple lenders to compete for the business. And they're vendors that we've vetted out so that none of this AP junk where they're like, you have to use our agents. No.
Okay, but my question is does Keller Mortgage have like their hat in the ring for that or no?
Not with
Part
Intraland.
of that group? Oh, okay.
All right.
Keller Mortgage was developed on the national level for the whole company.
Oh, right. So it's bigger.
Intraland is a Keller Williams Southern Arizona project.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
And I think they're probably, either route is going to be pretty close, and they're probably going to be the most upstanding both ways, because we have skin in the game on the Intraland side with Keller Williams Southern Arizona. Keller Williams is also in the game because it's Keller Williams Mortgage. It's Gary Keller's setup type of thing.
But I will tell you that using Intraland benefits the market center.
Okay.
Keller Mortgage does not.
Gotcha. And then probably not everybody's saying this, but I know that we have our preferred lender partner, and I don't want it to Bianca Jacobs, Geneva Financial. And even though we bring her into we introduce her to our clients, they could still choose somebody else, but we don't really even say that, but I guess we should. So I don't know.
Yeah, I always do, because you never want to paint a picture that, ooh, you need to use my lender just like this lender did. Oh, you have to use my real estate agent. We're there to give them options. That's all we're there for. Here's your options, and you choose. I suggest you choose at least 3 and run quickly so it won't hurt your credit. Choose, if you're comfortable with your own bank or your federal credit union, and then, try Keller Mortgage, try Intraland. They're going to be, running some, give you an analysis of some local lenders, and, at least you're just providing them with options and they make the decision. You're going to look more professional that way and not look like this other guy did.
In my opinion too, I think it's kind of unethical to make people do things that, I don't know if it's illegal or not, but it's just wrong.
It is wrong.
And yeah, exactly. And people, from my experience, most people at Keller Williams don't work like that, so if I was you, before even calling your client, I would call the lender straight up. Just to call the lender and just be completely honest with them and be like, listen, it's not right for you to force someone to use a certain agent when they've already chosen.
Yeah.
Period.
Right. Yeah, I think I will call them first. And
well, you got a California mortgage company not playing by Arizona Department of Real Estate rules. That's basically what you have here.
Absolutely.
But in California, it's the same thing, man. They don't. It's the same thing. I don't know if it's illegal, but it's still wrong. And I've seen how agents practice in California, and they give you options, You don't force anyone to use anyone. It's wrong.
Yeah, he actually told him, well, you have to cancel that appointment. It's like...
Yep, that's right. You just tell them that. You just tell them that's
if you go in Intraland, so that's one of the cool things about Intraland is that, the lenders that are inside of the Intraland have all kind of been vetted by some of the, top agents. There are a lot of them are people that, we all use. And you can actually have them select, 3 different lenders within Intraland and have those 3 lenders compete, directly with each other and then go back to the client. So the client is getting multiple lender choices by using that one source.
That's great. And are the lenders all local lenders here in Arizona that Intraland has?
I do not know the answer to that question. I don't know the answer to how many we have on there. Last time I checked, I know there were quite a few local lenders and quite a few really good ones that are pretty heavy hitters in town. So, I would encourage you to go in there and check it out. But, that's what's kind of cool about it is that, we can still support the market center by using Intraland, but, the client is still getting options of multiple different lenders, and then they get to choose who they feel the most comfortable with.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Intraland. There's a lot of goodness there. If you guys want Karen McKay's information with Keller Mortgage, it's in the chat. please go copy that right now. I'm going to give you about 3 seconds and we're going to shut her down.
On the Intralend, do we have affiliate business disclosure or whatever?
We'll have an ABA for it, yes.
Guys, that was Intralyn just calling me, and she was explaining the program because I hit the little app, so she followed up. So she's a local lady, and I thought maybe she could talk to us next week. Would that be good? Uh-oh, I can't hear you, Dan.
That would be cool.
Was that Debbie Chop? Did you mute?
No, it's Becky Bassett. She's here in Tucson.
Yeah, Becky Bassett's our sales manager for Intralyn.
So I just thought it might help her to tell us about it.
Yeah, I can have her or Debbie Chop.
Whichever. Anyway, she was trying to tell me the spiel.
I'll line it out. We'll get it on.
Whole thing.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for encouragement and advice.
Good job, Teresa. You're going to knock it out of the park. You're going to take care of it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, go kick some ass, Teresa.
Call Lender.
Okay, I will. Thank you, guys.
Everybody.
Talk to you soon.